Howdy peeps, and welcome back to the channel for an awkwardly posed and probably awkwardly shot video. Now today we're doing some general water tests, but I'm not testing the water in any of my tanks. So for today's purposes I thought it would be interesting to test wild water, as it were. So on the left, which is on the right on the screen, this one is rainwater out of the water butt in my back garden. The green muck in the middle is out of my pond, and the one on the right is out of the local river, which is about half a mile away. When I say river, don't expect some raging torrent. It's more of a small stream that in hot dry periods you can easily jump across. At the moment it's got a decent bit of water in it. There are some fish, but you don't see them very often. And I would see what the water was like in various places. Now, I've never tested my pond before, so if the nitrates are off the scale, well, it's healthy. Everything in there is doing well, so you know, we shall see. I'm leaving myself open here because I've not tested it. I literally just got it out. So I've got some bog standard Aquacare 5-in-1 test strips, nitrate, nitrite, pH, carbonate hardness and general hardness, so the general stuff. No ammonia, because we're going to assume that wild waterways are going to be cycled. And I'm doubting there'll be ammonia in the water butt unless a cat's been peeing in it. But then there's that much gunk in the bottom of it that it's probably got a cycle running in there as well. So we should start off with the rainwater. Quick dunk, quick shake off, and compare the colours. Now, this probably won't show up too well over there, but we're looking at pH is probably around, well, it's less bright than what it's saying on here of a 6.4, so I'm going around 6.2 pH as it comes out of the sky. So that will be the acid rain, as it were, carbonic acid in there, showing no carbonate hardness. No general hardness, and as expected, no nitrite or nitrate. So the only real surprise there to me is just how low that pH is. It shows how much dissolved carbon dioxide is in the rain, or whatever other acids are present to lower the pH value. Obviously no nitrites and nitrates, because now we go for the local river, which is fed by the rainwater that has soaked through the ground, and we have pH 7.2, so the pH is a lot higher. The carbonate hardness is coming up as a 10, and the general hardness is somewhere between the 14 and the 28, so we'll call that 20. Again, no nitrite or nitrates, which you would expect in a river that's got lots and lots of trees and plants growing around it, and rushes and waterweed and all that kind of stuff going on. So that just shows the difference between coming out of the sky and soaking through a bit of soil to get into the river system. Now, I mean, this is the headwaters of the river. It's not something that comes up 100 miles away. It's literally a mile, mile and a half from the source of the river, where it first starts. So that shows a marked difference in just that length of time that it's soaked in through the land and into the river system. And now for the one that's going to be embarrassing, probably my pond, which funny enough, despite the fact that it's not running a filter, it's got one in there, but it's basically clagged solid most of the time, so it doesn't actually run. But it's showing, again, similar, maybe 6.8 pH, carbonate hardness 3, general hardness 7. Surprisingly, no nitrite or nitrate. Well, not showing up straight away anyway. These things can take a little while to show. I mean, the rainwater is now showing a tiny amount of nitrate. One or the other. So whether that is because there is some kind of cycle going on in my water butt or not. So there. All come from the same source water, which is, drops a strip on the carpet, well done Sharp. If we just hold the strip up, you can see the colours. I mean, you don't need to know what the numbers are for this purpose. The water out of my pond, which is now the one on the right as I hold it. So very slightly higher pH, so nothing too drastic, because that water isn't soaking through any ground or anything. It's simply falling out of the sky straight into the pond, and then whatever action happens in the pond. Oh, and there, the third one is from the local river. Headwaters of the River Thet, if anyone was interested. So we can see just how much different things affect the water parameters. Quite what we can learn from this, I'm not entirely sure, other than rainwater is acidic. There's something in my pond making the pH slightly higher, and I'm gonna guess that's probably snail shells dissolving. Thousands of snails in there, and there are comet goldfish which like to eat snails, so there's going to be snail shell in there. Then biggest surprise is the river water, and I'm sure if I went further downstream there probably would be nitrates in the water, because from where I took it from there is probably a couple of arable fields between the source of the river, the head, and where I got it from. If you go a few more miles down the road, yeah, it flows through pig farms, so it's going to be full of pig slurry. But the nitrates there are probably going to be either off the chart, or might actually be quite low, or zero even, depending on the amount of gunk and bacteria and plants and whatever is taking it all up. So thankfully I haven't embarrassed myself with the quality of my pond water. Yes, it's green, but hey, it's a natural pond. Well, it's man-made, but I keep it as a natural pond. And yeah, no filters, basically. It's got a few plants in it. Again, nothing spectacular, just some what is just generally sold as oxygenating pond plants. So it could be hornwort, it could be elodea, who knows, and a water lily, and sludge in the bottom. And it's only 100 and something odd gallons, and is home to three now, because one of them did unfortunately pass. Comet goldfish, countless snails, lots and lots of frogs, and all the various other bugs and things that fall in there. I mean, it gets used as a bird bath very regularly as well, so there's probably bird poop in it, all sorts of good stuff. But yeah, no real filter in there. I think that's probably left us with more questions than answers. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully at least some of you will find something mildly interesting to take away from this, or just something to think about. Don't forget to do the old, I know I hate saying it, you hate hearing it, everyone does, but you got to say it. Don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe, notification bell, leave a comment if you've got any questions or something you'd just like to say. Whether it's your video sucks, in which case, yeah, I know, it's me. I'm the how not to do YouTube person. So, yeah, enjoy your hobby. Hopefully this will get a bit of thought going on. We can have a bit of a in the comments and try and figure things out scientifically. I know there are better scientists in the hobby than me anyway. Some of them even watch. So, get me. Have a good day. Enjoy your hobby. Peace out. Rock on. Bye bye. Ooh, me knees.